Hello and welcome to Ushering Success. Today we'll discuss about a third possible GD topic for the upcoming GDPI sessions in the B schools, and the topic is, should the police be empowered to deliver instant justice to rapists? Now, instant justice here means to kill the suspect or the convict. Now, there's a difference between the suspect and the convict. The suspect is someone who's suspected of committing the crime, whereas the convict is someone who's been proven to be guilty of committing that crime. Now, let's understand why this debate is coming up. The reason is that we've seen a couple of recent incidents or events, and one of them was the Hyderabad encounter case, where the police killed four suspects overnight. They were suspected of raping an innocent girl and they were killed by the police in an encounter case the next day. And the second and probably third ones are the delay in justice in well proven cases like the Nirbhaya case, where the convicts are yet to be hanged even after their capital punishment had been announced and the date of hanging had been announced, and it was deferred 3 times till date, but there is no clear date as to when they would be hanged. So this was one, and the Kuldeep Sengar case where he was released on bail, where he came out and brutally murdered the victim, and the judiciary did absolutely nothing about it. So there are many cases like this where we've seen that the convicts have committed very heinous crimes, and they have been let scot free, or they have been not given the right punishment that they deserve. So this is where the debate has come up. Now let us understand the impact of what will happen if the police is empowered to deliver instant justice. Now, if we see the impacts of such a move, what could be the possible impacts? Number one, the police can kill anyone that they suspect on the basis of he being a suspect, and without a proper trial, without justice being delivered. And this can also lead to a very chaotic judiciary system, because we've seen that in many cases people have been framed, and later on it was found that they were not guilty of that crime. There have been very famous cases like this. So those kind of things might happen, which is not desirable. Number two is um, that the suspect might not be guilty. So a trial is absolutely necessary in such cases. So a trial is very necessary, and therefore the judiciary comes in. If the police is allowed to take law in their hands, then judiciary becomes dysfunctional. They're not required, which is not desirable. And if the judiciary becomes dysfunctional, who will protect the rights of the citizens? Who will protect the rights of the people? Now here comes the question of countries who have extremely strong judiciary, and these are mainly Scandinavian countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands. These are the countries where they have a very strong judiciary system, and hence the crime rates are very, very low, lowest crime rates. Whereas countries like Venezuela and many Asian countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, and African countries, many African countries have a very poor judiciary system, and therefore we see highest crime rates. And these are proven facts. So there is definitely a correlation between a strong judiciary and crime rates. So therefore we definitely need to protect judiciary. There has to be a judicial system involved. So we cannot empower the police to deliver instant justice no matter what. And even if we go with the assumption that criminals will be afraid of the police, but still they would know that they would be able to bribe the police or to use political pressure and connections to evade law and frame someone else and get away with murder. So this is not a very strong argument in favor of the police to be empowered to deliver instant justice. So the short answer to this is that considering the pros and cons, we definitely can concur that judiciary cannot be bypassed, and therefore police cannot be empowered to deliver instant justice. So I hope this video will give you some pointers to have in your discussion if you're given this topic. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section and I'll respond to you there.